Welcome back to Athletes Corner. This is episode 5, and I'm here with special guest Jaemyn Brakefield. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
We got a couple questions to ask him about basketball and whatever, and then we got some trivia at the end. So good luck on trivia.
Let's do it.
So this first question I got for you is, what got you into basketball?
Yeah, just growing up, with my older brothers and just being on the playground with even my friends at recess, just developing the love for the game early.
Yeah.
It just came from just playing around and watching other people play. So
yeah,
it was definitely an early age.
I got you. So going into basketball, when you were in high school, what was it like being the first person to be named the West Virginia Gatorade Player of the Year 3 times?
Yeah, it was. I feel like that's a great accomplishment. It's something that I was proud of doing. Obviously, Gatorade Player of the Year is something that's pretty big in high school. But to get it 3 times, it was pretty special. Obviously, there's a lot of great players that were playing when I was playing. So just be able to get that 3 times, it was great. 4th time I didn't get it. I played with Kellen Johnson.
Yeah.
My freshman year, so he definitely got that for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of high school, with you being selected for classics and events to participate in, what was that like while managing being a high schooler?
Yeah, it was. It was cool. Obviously, those are things you want to be at as far as like being a competitor and being somebody who wants to, improve your status as a basketball player and just kind of not as far as rankings, but as far as just getting a level of exposure. So being at those type of events, that's what they give you. They give you the opportunity to compete against the best players in the country.
And ESPN had you as a 5-star recruit. What was that like the first time you were a 5-star recruit?
Yeah, it was great. It's something that I worked towards since I really set in my mind that I really wanted to play basketball for a living. So just to be able to do that, looking back on it even now, I'm glad that's something I was able to accomplish. But obviously, that's really just a number next to your name. So
yeah.
But it kind of shows you that the progress of putting all the hours in the gym were paying off. So
yeah, that's good. So starting off before you went to college, at the end of your high school career, what was the recruiting process like?
It was crazy. I remember one day I was in math class. I want to say it was like my freshman year. It was definitely my freshman year in high school. And my teacher just let me, that's how I know I got ADHD. My teacher just let me, just mess around on the whiteboard. I was like, I'm going to write all of the schools that I'm going to get offers from. And I just was up there writing a whole bunch of them just down the line, just school after school. And just looking back on it, obviously, I got most of them and pretty much almost all of them. But, being the recruitment process, it was something that you look forward to. And obviously, it's a big decision, making that jump from high school to college. So you want to pick the right school, the right university for you. So, that process was great, going to different schools, having coaches come visit you. It's always great as a young basketball player, for sure.
So, your freshman year, you were at Duke. What was that like playing as a Blue Devil?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, I was there during COVID, so it was a little different as far as campus engagement, fan engagement during the game.
Yeah.
Not being able to play everybody because of COVID and those restrictions, but it was great. Duke was a school that I always wanted to go to since I started playing basketball. And being able to play under Coach K, that was great. And then the whole staff there, Coach Shire, who's the head coach now, just being able to develop relationships with those guys while I was there and just basically be a sponge and soak up all that information.
And Duke is, just one of the blue bloods. Everybody wants to play at Duke.
For sure.
And so I feel like having that opportunity is really cool to say that you got to play for Duke.
For sure.
You got to be a Blue Devil at one point.
Yeah, for sure.
So, after you transferred to Duke, what made you decide to transfer to Ole Miss?
Yeah, it was just a lot of different things that went into it. It was still COVID at the time, and not really knowing what was going to go on with that. Really just wanted to draw closer to family. Obviously being in Huntington for 4 years, and then at Duke for that first year, so that's 5 years being away from my family.
Yeah.
Not somebody who was pretty much homesick, but to give myself the opportunity to have them come to my games, and for them to come there as well. So just being able to have that relationship where it's family, friends that I grew up with.
Yeah.
I got a lot of people that I've known since I was younger that go to Ole Miss. So I mean, it's great just to come back to the home state, obviously, but it was more so family based.
Yeah, and I understand that. Ole Miss obviously was really good at basketball this year.
Mm-hmm.
We made it to the tournament, made it all the way to the Sweet 16.
Yep.
What was it like being in a tournament and then for the first time in years making it to the Sweet 16?
Yeah, I mean, just being in the tournament this year in general was big for me because it was the first time in my collegiate career that I was able to do that with the team. So just having that urge to, even just make it to the round of 64 was something that was big for me, but it wasn't the goal. The end goal in the beginning of the season, obviously having Coach Byrd is one of the most legendary coaches in college basketball, and he's still, proving that to this day. And then just surrounding myself in the off season, with this great group of guys that I played with this year. That was a big key in it. So it was something that I look forward to, and I'm glad I got to be able to do that.
And you could probably say for yourself, he has absolutely turned this program around.
For sure.
Like the culture, the level of competition. We're winning games that 3 or 4 years ago we shouldn't be winning.
Yeah.
And just turn around, make it to the Sweet 16. It's incredible.
For sure.
So this is going to be still in the sports, but it's not going to be Sweet 16 or nothing. What is your go-to song when you're practicing right before a game? Warm-ups.
Go-to song? I don't really have a go-to song. I feel like with me, I'm somebody who pretty much sticks to what they like. So like as far as music, a particular song I don't really have in mind, but like a genre, it ranges, from whatever I'm feeling that week, or even by game. So I pretty much, I'm not the one who's into like the just all rap.
Yeah.
A lot of people say like it's for like getting them amped up. I feel like it's me being and kind of knowing the level of the game. I feel like the music doesn't affect it, but I feel like music, obviously it's something that's beautiful, so it can calm you. It can, up your adrenaline. But as far as song in particular, I don't have one.
I say for me personally, if I was practicing, it'd just be Big Explode.
Yeah.
Like that. He's my go-to rapper right now.
Yeah.
And he'd get me hyped up for the gym, and if I was playing basketball.
Yeah, he's nice. And even this year, like I really was just soaking up all the, times with my teammates and like in the pavilion. So anytime, like it was pregame or something, I didn't wear headphones. So anything that was on the, the DJ is what I was listening to.
I got you. So this last question before we go to trivia, it's not really sports. It's kind of a personality question. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Favorite flavor of ice cream? Sheesh. Just like the music, I feel like that changes like weekly. So I love sweets though. That gets me. I mean, I got a lot of different flavors that I like.
Yeah.
I've always been somebody who likes like homemade ice cream.
Yeah.
Like real rich ice cream. So a butter pecan. I like that.
Yeah.
The creamery is great.
It is.
So
it's really good.
They got this toasted coconut. It's like a dairy-free.
Really?
Flavor. But they kind of like open my eyes on just like different flavors of ice cream. So I love coffee flavored ice cream. It's pretty nice. Probably those two, butter pecan and coffee flavor for sure.
I'm gonna have to try that coconut flavor at the Creamery.
It's fire.
I'm gonna have to try that out. I've never had that.
Yeah.
So this is trivia. First place right now is Raider Tillo. He had 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. So there's a right and a wrong answer. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's you either know it or you don't.
Bet.
And so you got to get 9 out of 10 to tie, 10 out of 10 to win.
Yeah, are they pretty tough?
I got some easy ones in there.
Are they Ole Miss?
It's Ole Miss. It's about your career, and then there's some that's
my career
out of the blue.
All right, bet.
He tends to ask about birds.
Birds?
I was
There's
interviewing
like a bird question in almost every single one.
I asked Fraser Mazin, and I said it was about a mockingbird, and he didn't know it, and stumped him. It was like the only bird that flies backwards, and it was a mockingbird.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, no, hummingbird, not a mockingbird.
Yeah, it was a hummingbird.
Hummingbird, and he was like, I'm never gonna forget that. I don't have any bird questions on this one, so you should be good on that one. Try to mix it up a little bit. So this one, the first two are about your career. So who were you playing against when you passed the 1,000 point mark in your collegiate career? Not Ole Miss career, collegiate.
Ooh, that's tough. Collegiate? Texas A&M.
South Carolina.
For real?
Yeah, for your collegiate.
I'll say, so Ole Miss was Texas A&M, maybe?
Yeah. All right. That was question 2. Was the 1,000 point for Ole Miss, and it was A&M.
Bet.
So we'll just go on to question 3. This should be somewhat easy. Who's the NBA's all-time leading scorer right now?
LeBron James.
LeBron James, the king. He's the GOAT.
2 for 3.
Yep.
I like it.
2 for 3. What do you rank in career games played at Ole Miss?
Career games played?
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
This was on the Ole Miss Athletics website. Just went scrolling, saw that.
Can we come back to that one?
Yeah, we can. All right, the 5th one, not sports related at all. What element on the periodic table is represented by the symbol AU?
AU?
Yeah.
Aluminum.
It's gold.
For real?
Yeah, it's gold. Tried to trick you with that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
All right,
Science
2.
class was not mine.
Yeah,
They
no,
can
it
pay
wasn't mine
attention.
either. So 2 for 4. What is your career high in points at Ole Miss?
Ole Miss?
Mm-hmm.
27. 28?
28. It was 28.
Ooh.
I'll give you that one.
Nah, 2 for 5.
All right. All right. 2 for 5. 2 for 5. All right.
Wait, what game was it?
That's the next question.
Okay.
Who's it against?
Bet. Florida.
Florida. Yeah. So 3 for 6. What is the capital of Tennessee?
Jeez. I'm gonna go with Nashville.
Yeah, that's Nashville. It was. I
I'm
didn't
glad
want
I
to
didn't
lean
change
to
that.
it or whatever. So.
I'm glad I didn't change that.
All right. Which player was the first unanimous MVP in NBA history? I'll give you a hint. It was in 2016.
2016?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. That's Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. Yep. I was hoping, or I wasn't hoping, but I had a feeling you were about to say LeBron again. I was about to say, no, it's not LeBron. All right. What was Ole Miss's record in football this year? Including postseason.
Postseason?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
including.
count the losses. What? Ooh. Okay, I can look up there, but
No.
okay. There's no wins and losses up there.
All right.
All
You
right.
look up there. I got a schedule up there for people who can't see it.
Everyone.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you can see it. Talking to the people over there.
I already got it. Ooh. Yeah, I already got it. Cause I don't know how many games they play. So.
All right. That's 12 games up there. That's not including Duke. Duke is 13.
I bet it was 10 and 3.
10 and 3. Yeah. Hey, way to figure it out. All right.
Cause I watched the LSU game on my knees. Pause. Let me restate that.
Hold on. We gonna need some content. Why?
Because they lost the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the way they lost it,
Okay.
like it was.
I thought you were talking about like watching the whole entire game like that. I was like, dude,
No,
what are
like-
you doing?
No, it's like they could have won
Yeah,
that game.
it was
But let me restate that so
Okay,
I don't go on the internet.
I'm gonna quote you and get you famous for the wrong reasons.
So what did I say? Oh yeah, I watched that whole entire LSU game in tears. 'Cause
Okay,
they should have
that's
won.
better. Devastated.
And then Kentucky game, I watched that, and like I was just shaking my head.
Yeah, it's pitiful.
And then Florida, ooh that hurt, ooh that hurt.
That one hurt too.
Hurt.
Now,
I was at that one.
That one
Physically.
hurt.
Yeah, he was at the Florida game. I was at the LSU game.
That one
We couldn't get
hurt.
you right. It was awful. Okay, so we're going back to the question you skipped.
Which was
What do you rank in career games played at Ole Miss? I'll give you a hint. It's top 5.
top 5?
Top 5.
For real?
Yeah.
It's 4.
It's 4. Yeah. It's 4.
There you go.
So let's see. 1, 2.
I know that.
All right, including the 28 point, because you didn't want to take that. You got 7 out of 10,
My bad.
which is good, and you're tied for second because you and Frazier both have 7. I'm pretty sure Brandon Johnson does too. So got everybody with 7 out of 10, and well, I mean, it's better than third, better than last. So well, that's all we got today. Thank you,
I appreciate you,
Brakefield,
Bob.
for
Yes, sir.
interviewing, and that was a wrap on episode 5. So we'll get this out, and thank everybody for watching.
Thank you.
Tune in next time.